Good morning, students. Today we will study chapter 5, Coal and Petroleum. What are the topics that we are going to cover in this chapter are coal and petroleum, types of natural resources, fossil fuels, destructive distillation, and energy and environment. So before beginning the chapter, I would like to tell you what is the meaning of energy. Energy is the ability to do work, means whatever work we can do, the ability that with which we can do that work is the energy. Energy occur in different forms, and all forms of energy are stored in different ways in the energy sources that are used in our daily life. For example, electrical bulb uses electrical energy and gives us light. Another example is sun. Sun gives us heat energy. Now, what are coal and petroleum? Before that, we should know what are sources of energy. Anything that provides us energy is the source of energy. For example, sun provides us heat energy, so sun is the source of heat energy. Now, what are natural resources? Sources that are present in nature, they provide us energy, are known as natural resources. For example, coal and petroleum, these are the natural resources. There are two types of natural resources. What are the types of natural resources now? Renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Now, what are renewable sources? The resources that can be used again and again are known as renewable resources. For example, water that we can use again and again, that circulate in the environment, that is used again and again. And non-renewable resources are those that cannot be used again and again. If once consumed, that is finished, that is over, are known as non-renewable resources. Renewable resources and non-renewable resources, further we can differentiate. We can say those resources will not finish easily, will last for long time, means renewable resources will not finish very easily, they will be lasting for long time. On the other hand, non-renewable sources once get consumed, they will be exhausted and we cannot use them again and again, will take much time to get formed again. For example, coal and petroleum are non-renewable resources. Examples of renewable resources are solar energy, water, air, and example of non-renewable resources of energy is fossil fuels like coal and petroleum, etc. Now, what are fossil fuels? Exhaustible natural resources like coal and petroleum and natural gas were formed from the dead remains of living organism, dead plants and animals that were buried under the earth crust for millions and billions of years. So they converted slowly to fossil fuels. So these are called fossil fuel. For example, coal and petroleum are very important natural resources and play a vital role in our society. They are found under the earth crust. Now, what is coal? Coal is a complex mixture of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen compounds. Nitrogen, sulfur, and phosphorus compounds are also present in it. It is found in coal mines deep under the surface of the earth. Now, what is the story of the formation of coal? It is believed that millions of years ago, the ground below the forest was split open by natural forces such as earthquakes and volcanoes. The forest got buried under the surface of earth. Thus, the plants had no contact with oxygen. Successive layers of sediment sealed the buried plants. Over millions of years, these deposits were subjected to tremendous pressure and heat and finally transformed the fossil fuels into coal. Now, what is carbonization? The chemical process involved in transformation of the matter into coal is called carbonization of plant matter. How the process of carbonization take place? Now this is the question. The carbon content of coal depend upon the variety of the coal. Higher the temperature and pressure of the earth, the longer the coal has been buried under the earth, the more is the carbon content in it. So the different varieties of coal are as peat, lignite, bituminous, anthracite coal. Now what is peat? Peat is the youngest variety of coal which is light brown in color. It contains minimum carbon content and produces less heat and more smoke on burning. Its calorific value is 10 to 15 kilojoules per gram. Now the second form is lignite. It is known as soft coal. It is also brown in color and contain more carbon than peat. Its calorific value is 15 to 20 kilojoules per gram. Bituminous coal, it is the common household coal. It is most abundant form and is compact black and contain more carbon and produces more heat than peat and lignite. Its calorific value is 30 to 35 kilojoules per gram. What is anthracite coal now? It is the hardest coal containing maximum carbon plus burn, and it burn with difficulty due to presence of very low volatile matter. Therefore, it is not used for household purposes. It is mainly used for industrial purpose. Its calorific value is 28 to 30 kilojoules per gram. Now the next topic is destructive distillation of coal. The process of heating coal in the absence of air is called destructive distillation of coal. Coal contains a number of elements such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and sulfur etc. When coal is heated in the absence of air, a number of products are obtained. The main products obtained by the destructive distillation of coal are coke, coal tar and coal gas. Now what is coke? Coke contains 98% carbon. It is porous, tough, black and purest form of coal. Like charcoal, it is a good fuel and burns without smoke. It is largely employed as a reducing agent in the extraction of metals from their ore. It is also used in making fuels like water gas and producer gas. So these are the uses of coke. Now what is coal tar? Coal tar is a mixture of different carbon compounds. It is thick black liquid with very unpleasant smell. It smells bad. The fractional distillation of coal tar gives many chemical substances which are used in the preparation of dyes, explosives, paints, synthetic fibers, drugs and pesticides. Some of these chemical substances are benzene, toluene, phenol and aniline. Naphthalene balls used to repel moth and other insects are also obtained from coal tar. These days, bitumen, a petroleum product, is used in place of coal tar for metalling the roads. What is coal gas now? Coal gas is mainly a mixture of hydrogen, methane and carbon monoxide. The gases present in coal gas are combustible, means we can burn, and hence it is an excellent fuel. It has high calorific value. It was used for lighting houses, factories, streets in Mumbai until 1950. It was also used for cooling earlier. Now what is petroleum? Petroleum is used as a fuel, in automobiles such as car, bicycle, motorcycle, etc. Petroleum and diesel are obtained from a natural resource called petroleum. Petroleum was formed from organisms living in the sea. Now how is the refining of petroleum done? Petroleum is a dark oily liquid. It has an unpleasant odor. It is a mixture of various constituents such as petroleum gas, petrol, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax, etc. The process of separating the various constituents is refining of petroleum. The various constituents of petroleum are like this: liquefied petroleum gas in liquefied form, that is CNG, petrol, kerosene, diesel, lubricating oil, paraffin wax and bitumen. Now how is petroleum gas, that is CNG gas, is used? It is used as fuel for our home that we are using in kitchen in the gas cylinder, that is CNG, that is compressed natural gas. And petrol, students, petrol we are using for the vehicles, for automobile vehicles. Kerosene is also used as a fuel for stoves, lamps and for jet aircrafts, etc. Diesel used as fuel for heavy motor vehicles, electric generator, etc. Lubricating oil helps in lubrication, and paraffin wax is used in ointment, candle, Vaseline, etc. Now, what is bitumen? It's used in paints, roads, surfacing, etc. Now, the supply of energy is far less than its demand, and it can affect the whole mankind to run towards the development of daily purposes. That crisis is called energy crisis. Now, what is energy crisis actually? Means the amount of energy is less and the consumption is more. This is energy crisis. Demand in energy is increasing, as you can see in the graph, with so much high speed, and lack of energy is so less. So what we can do? We can recycle. What is the meaning of recycle? Compositing waste material into new products to prevent waste of potentially useful material. Means we can recycle the old products into the new one. Turn off all electronic devices that are not in use. Not only turn them off, but also try to unplug them. You will be surprised to know how much you will be saving the energy. Replace old light bulbs with energy saving fluorescent bulbs. They may cost more, but will save you much more in the long run. Now at home, how can we stop this energy crisis? We should not keep lights unnecessarily switched on. We can reduce the energy appliances consumption and improve water heating efficiency to reduce energy cost. Means at our level, at our home, we can also save some by taking some preventive measure energy. At public places, what can we do? We can switch off the fan and lights in the public place like bus terminal and railway stations we are not in use. Switch off the street lights. Big hoardings lighten up for the whole evening and nights are other wastage of power and energy that should also be avoided. So this way we can save the energy, and we can help us and others also to prevent it. Thank you, students.